Hi, welcome to this week's episode of Tech Geek Gamers. We are your hosts, Mark, Chris, and Corey. This week we are running down top 5 hardest games you've ever played, with a couple extras that we threw in there.
Yeah, of course. We need our own input.
Coming in at number 5 is Batman for the regular Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yes, I played this game.
Yep. Side-scrolling action-adventure. You did a little bit of the and throwing your batarang and
Kicking there.
I have vague recollection of playing this game, and I think it's almost at the point of haunting nightmare. So I believe this was a very hard game.
When you died, you burst into a flame that looked like the bat symbol. My brother and I used to play with my grandmother, and every time I died, she'd say, "Ooh, he blew up." That's pretty much only for my brother. Or the rest of my family who watched.
Coming in at number 4, as voted by you, Dark Souls. I've heard nothing but the fact that this is a very, very difficult game, as well as Demon's Souls, correct?
Demon's Souls, yeah, that's the first one. But punishing, but so good. Yeah.
like the police are, can I have another?
Yeah.
It's when you like...
No, there's times where you can just drop the control. Okay, I've had enough.
Walk away?
Yeah.
That's enough abuse for the day.
Coming in at number 3 is a newer game, but not so newer. Newer for popularity, but released, I think, in March or May last year, which is Flappy Bird, which if you haven't played it, play it, because that's a game that you'll just drop your iOS device and walk away from. If you can get past the first set of pipes on your first try, you might be a prodigy.
You have a chance.
Yeah, both Mark and I tried it today. Both died on the first pipe. Several times.
I handed it to a colleague today, and he hit flap twice, thinking that he's going to coast a little bit, and right into the ground. Didn't even get to see the first pipe, but that's okay.
Challenging game. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we have Ninja Gaiden.
Or is it Gaiden?
Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden.
This was available on NES as well as Sega. What was it?
Master System.
Yeah, not the Genesis, Master System. Yeah, this was a tough game. I vaguely remember it. All I really remember is the frustration of this game.
My brother and I played it lots.
Ridiculous.
It was one of the first games where we, on our Nintendo, would pause and then leave it overnight.
Oh, yeah.
And then, because that's the only way you could save your game back in the day.
Yeah.
Horribly hard. Last level on it is mind-numbingly, frustratingly hard.
And the overwhelming number 1, as voted by yourself on Google+, even the 3 of us agreed because it was probably the first game that came to mind for all of us, but Battletoads for the Nintendo Entertainment System. My God, that was just... I think anybody who's actually played the game, you're going to think back at those times where you just barely missed that jump, or there's the motorcycle level, and you're just gonna the rage will build in you.
The game had so many great qualities and such a fun factor where you'd boot the guy when you'd kill him.
The big fist.
And there's so many fun elements between levels that weren't ridiculously impossible. And then they'd hit you with a level that was ridiculously impossible, and you'd be like, but I want more.
Yeah. Horrible.
One.
Some notable ones. Someone mentioned Minesweeper, which had made me laugh, and then I realized, you know what, that is a tough puzzle game.
It's challenging, yeah.
What else?
One that we were surprised we didn't see more of. We did see 1 or 2 comments on it, but specifically Mega Man 9. But really the entire franchise of Mega Man was challenging. I mean, not necessarily impossible, but all Mega Mans were pretty tough games. I loved Mega Man.
Yeah.
I always think of Mega Man 2 as being one of my most notable games, I think, of my childhood for some reason.
Totally.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a challenging series.
I think that's it.
I just remembered another game that was super hard, and that was Jaws for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Oh, it wasn't that hard.
I don't know whether it was just the fact that, like, anything could kill you.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to restart.
Anything could kill you,
well, and
like in Australia.
I liked it because you could get to Jaws and the boss within like 20 minutes of playing.
Short game, but super hard.
But then if you missed it, you then had to hunt for him for like,
yeah, that's what the first
yeah.
So this top 5, again, just to remind you, was the most challenging games as voted by yourselves on Google+. Check it out on Fridays. We tend to post on a fairly regular schedule. Questions of the day, where we will use your feedback to create top 5 episodes such as this one. Mm-hmm. Also, just so happens that Tara wrote a really awesome blog about rage quitting, which a lot of these games would definitely make you do, and she lists some of the more recent games she's played that have made her rage quit.
Yeah, you can
check it out.
Yeah, the link's right here. I'm not editing this week, so it's going to be right in this area.
Yeah. Thanks, Corey. Really appreciate that.
So that brings us to the close of this week's episode. Join us again for our next top 5, whatever that will be and whenever that will be. And in the meantime, why don't you tell your friends about how much you enjoyed this episode on Facebook, Google+, and all those other social media typey things that are great.
Also, make sure you're checking out our Let's Play Super Motherload as we try to beat Super Motherload. It's an ongoing process. Hopefully we can get it done before the end of the month.
Not likely.
Hopefully, because if we do, as soon as we're done, we're going to make a draw for a copy of Super Motherload on the PS4. So leave a comment on the shows.